him. I didn't do anything wrong, but the fact that your guys are doing this to me and he's the man in this situation, I'm gonna comply. I am. I'm not gonna argue with you at all. But you have me on camera, but at the same time, what he has on camera, when I have my phone, shows something different. So if I need to show.
And if you ask me, her apology she had today, initially, it was, yeah, I did it and I'll do it again apology.
It's both abusive, mentally, verbally, physically, everything. And if I'm going to be on this and keeping it real, as we've been abusive to most of this relationship.
Corey Holcomb didn't just call Sha'Carri Richardson messy. He went straight for her credibility and ripped it apart in front of thousands of people. On his podcast, Cory zeroed in on the one thing Sha'Carri had been holding on to. Her story that she was the victim in her relationship with Christian Coleman. But the way Cory did it, it wasn't comedy shade. It was a full-blown accusation that she lied about being in a DV situation.
A liar. He lied about a couple things that's personally, just in a relationship. I pretty much, officers can understand what a relationship is about, but he lied. He's a liar. Okay. And that was something that I kind of just grasped, and emotionally, I'm just like, bet you do your thing, but...
Then he dropped receipts that flipped the whole story upside down. Now the internet's locked in, asking the same question. If Cory's right, how long has Sha'Carri been faking the victim role? And she's not just dealing with backlash, she's furious that someone as raw and unfiltered as Corey Holcomb is calling her out so loudly. Because once Cory speaks, there's no walking it back. But before we dive into the meltdown Sha'Carri's having right now, let's rewind. Because this only makes sense if you see how long she's been playing the victim card, and just how badly Cory's words cut through that image.
Here is something that I see too often, where you try and get the male that's with you in trouble with the authorities because most of the time you have leverage over the male when you say something's wrong. I don't like people who do that in this society. If you are a female who tries to use her gender to get the man you with arrested intentionally, they saw her throwing headphones at the man and everything. But when the police came, she act like it was the other way around.
Right.
I can't forgive you for that.
The trigger moment didn't even come from Sha'Carri. It came from Corey Holcomb looking dead into the camera and saying what fans had been whispering for months. Cory didn't sugarcoat it. He said Sha'Carri was dead wrong for trying to put Christian in jail when she was the one putting hands on him, because she knew in that situation, the system gave her leverage. That one line set social media on fire. Until then, Sha'Carri had been clinging to her hurt and innocent image, begging for sympathy. But Cory wasn't buying it. He didn't just say she lied. He pulled back the curtain on manipulation, sympathy games, and how she weaponized her image to dodge accountability. And when Cory calls you a liar, people believe it. That's when Sha'Carri snapped. She raged online, firing shots at Cory, threatening legal action, and trying to drag him for being insensitive. But the truth? Cory wasn't spinning fairy tales. He was pointing at the same footage the public had already seen. Sha'Carri's lies didn't come out of nowhere. There were red flags long before Cory aired her out. Let's go back to when Sha'Carri and Christian Coleman first got together. On the outside, they looked like track and field's golden couple. Flashy Sha'Carri with quiet, disciplined Christian. But behind the scenes, the cracks were showing. Christian's family noticed first how Sha'Carri controlled the relationship. He started canceling family dinners because she demanded his time. Dodging calls because she was always there. Even teammates whispered about how off it looked. And the red flags were in Christian's behavior too. Any time someone criticized Sha'Carri, he rushed to defend her. Not out of love, but out of fear. Cory's claim wasn't just a random jab. It matched a pattern that's been there for years. Take her past with ex-girlfriend Janique Brown. Janique revealed everything in an interview with podcaster Kareem Boyds, and you could tell she wasn't chasing sympathy. She just wanted the truth out. According to Janique, the relationship was toxic. Mentally, verbally, and physically abusive on both sides. The moment that said it all, when the interviewer asked if she'd ever go back. Janique froze, flinched, and then called the relationship a painful lesson. She said she was just glad to be out of it. That speaks volumes. And let's be clear, Janique didn't just wake up one day wanting to expose Sha'Carri.
The toxicness get physical because there were claims that she was being abused. But the last conversation that you and I had, you also said that it was on both ends.
Yes, we were both abusive, mentally, verbally, physically, everything. And if I'm going to be on this and keeping it real, as we've been abusive to most of this relationship, and other people there's people who seen that, people who know that, you know, and we still honestly come and go, toxic, push and pull, and still get over the obstacles until I said, I have learned my lesson. I don't want to go over no more of these obstacles, right? With the same thing. So it's time for me to cut the ties and learn the lesson and move on, right? Me moving on now is where we've been abusive come about, like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what is the reason for posting that now. Is that a strategy? Is that something for marketing? Is that for business? I don't know, because you still have my email, right? And you know, my mailbox is empty. As I said, there's no mail in there. So for the people out there telling me what to say about charge, mom, she put it on the internet, so the more answer on the internet, right? If they're going to charge me, they're going to charge me. If they're not going to charge me, they're going to charge me. And I doubt that, because we both have our receipts and stuff.
She spoke up after Sha'Carri blasted her on Instagram, making her look like a crazy ex. Sha'Carri's post said, "I was in a relationship with a Jamaican athlete that never cared about me from the jump. I was used, stolen from, and yet I protected her from judgment while her family and country dragged me. I had to deal with homophobia and so much more that I'm still healing from." That post worked. Sha'Carri's victim card got Janique canceled almost instantly. It wasn't until Janique was cornered that she finally told her side, and even then, she still tried to protect Sha'Carri, saying her post was just damage control. But the bombshell? Janique revealed Sha'Carri had threatened her and even teamed up with others to destroy her reputation. You can hear the tremble in her voice as she talks about it, like she's reliving a nightmare. And that is why Cory's words sting so deep.
But you hear me, right? So this is the position that Christian called me put me into, okay? Because he's a coward, and I don't want anything to do with him at this point going forward. My name is Sha'Carri Richardson. Have no problem with letting you know who I am. Haven't put my hands on him. We had an argument. I will be honest about that. An argument, and that's pretty much it. The argument, pretty much, he's a liar. He lied about a couple things that's personally, you know, just in a relationship. I pretty much, officers can understand what a relationship is about, but he lied. He's a liar. And that was something that I kind of just grasped, and emotionally, I'm just like, bet you do your thing, but you're asking me for things that is within my possession, and for my right, I don't have to give it to you because it's in my possession. But when it came to the point that I saw that he chose to make it more about the police and things of that nature, that showed that he made a choice. So I just want to be more professional and just come professionally and let you guys know, like, hey, relationship thing, have no problem, and walking with you guys.
It's not
I'm
illegal
not
to
hiding.
argue,
Right.
Was there any type of physical?
No. I didn't touch him. He didn't touch me. I will be honest.
Hit him with anything?
No, I haven't hit him with
Headphones,
anything.
nothing like that?
Christian, are you serious right now?
So man, in Washington State, he doesn't get a say.
But I understand. We were arguing. But I understand entirely.
Within 4 hours,
we were arguing.
an arrest will be made.
Okay, I'm not gonna resist. But I'm telling you that we was arguing. I didn't know him. I didn't do anything wrong. But the fact that your guys are doing this to me, and he's the man in this situation, I'm gonna comply. I am. I'm not gonna argue with you at all.
I appreciate that.
But you had me on camera, but at the same time, what he has on camera, when I have my phone, shows something different. So if I need to show that, I will.
We have you on camera, all that here.
Okay, but I have my phone that shows something different. But Christian, thank you, Christian.
Don't talk to him right now.
Okay, I won't. Thank you so much, officer. They are arresting me right now, Christian. Sissy, they're arresting me right now. Am I gonna go actually to jail right now?
You are actually gonna go to jail.
Wait, but right now,
Yes, it's a physical in custody.
I didn't. Can he tell you that I didn't do nothing to him?
We have it on camera.
Christian, are you serious right now?
Alright.
Christian, I'm about to go to jail because of you right now. You know what? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
He didn't invent drama. He exposed a pattern of manipulation, playing the victim and flipping the blame until someone else takes the fall. That same toxic pattern we saw with Janique spilled straight into Christian's life, And it proves Sha'Carri has been flipping the victim script for years. So when the airport footage with Christian Coleman leaked, nobody was surprised. Except Sha'Carri herself, who scrambled to spin it like always. But this time, the footage spoke louder than her words. The camera didn't lie. Sha'Carri was the aggressor. Over and over, she shoved Christian, smacked him, even when he tried to walk away. And if you look close, Christian's body language says everything. He doesn't react like it's new. He freezes, head down, shoulders slumped, like a man used to this treatment. That one clip shredded Sha'Carri's whole victim narrative.
Before.
Already? Oh my goodness.
He is doing something to help himself now because he know I was finna be through with him. Because he had a girlfriend, his mother told me that girl likes to fight him. And I told him, hey man, let me tell you something about a girl who likes to fight. You're the one that's gonna get in trouble for it. I don't care how much she hits you. If she hits you, you're supposed to get away from her. Because you're only human, you're gonna hit her back. And when you hit her back, you're gonna get in trouble. Long story short, he called a domestic for hitting her. And I'm like, what did you think was gonna happen?
But instead of facing it, she doubled down. When the cops showed up, Sha'Carri switched into full victim mode. First, she brushed it off like it was just a regular couple's fight. But the second she realized she was the one getting arrested, she flipped. She called Christian a coward, accused him of setting her up, and even claimed he put hands on her. That's the exact lie Corey Holcomb exposed. He said Sha'Carri knew the system inside and out, and she played it like a game, ready to throw Christian under the bus, even if it cost him everything. Cory even shared a personal story about his own son, how he warned him to stay away from women with violent streaks like Sha'Carri. But his son didn't listen. Next thing you know, his boy caught a DV charge, got sent to a rehab program, while the woman who set him up walked away free. Fans were glued to every word Cory dropped. He didn't just call Sha'Carri a liar. He showed how she twisted the story and why it was time to stop protecting her. Comments started flooding in. Had no idea Sha'Carri was like that, but I'm not surprised. And Sha'Carri Richardson is an abuser, but no action from sponsors or the Olympic Committee. Interesting. But then came the real shocker, Christian himself. Instead of standing up for his truth, he defended Sha'Carri in an interview. He said she needed grace and help, not punishment.
I feel like it was just a sucky situation all around. Like, I don't feel as if like she should have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, people have discussions and emotions and stuff like that. And she have like things that she need to work on for herself, of course. And so do I, so do you, like everybody. And I'm the type of guy, like, I'm in the business of just like extending grace and mercy and love. And I feel as if like I don't try to look at obstacles either. Like, I just look at like situations like this to just like, you know, take a step back, analyze yourself mentally, and then just try to see what you could do to be your best self so that you can move forward, so you can just be the type of person and a human that God needs you to be for his kingdom and for his glory. And so that's kind of how I look at the situation. And like,
but he didn't look convincing at all. He looked broken, almost like someone forced him to say it. Fans picked up on it instantly. Christian avoided eye contact. His tone was flat, and his whole body language screamed fear. Cory replayed that clip on his show and broke it down piece by piece, saying Sha'Carri had manipulated him into defending her. And that's when she completely lost it, because Cory wasn't just dragging her name. He was tearing down the fake image she built. So Sha'Carri tried damage control. She dropped a 1-minute apology video.
It's Sha'Carri, and more than anything, definitely a lot of self-reflection, a lot of understanding of not only putting myself in a compromised situation, but somebody that I have a deep care and appreciation for as well is something that holding myself accountable. I see myself, I'm taking this time to not only see myself, but get myself a certain level of help that overall is going to reflect who I truly am in my heart and my spirit.
But instead of remorse, she sat there smiling like it was a joke. She said she was reflecting and taking accountability, but her vibe told a whole different story. It looked rehearsed, fake, and anything but sincere. That so-called apology looked like nothing but a performance. Cory tore it apart live, clowning her, saying, "That ain't no apology. That's somebody laughing at y'all while she gets away with it." And fans agreed, flooding Twitter with reactions like, "That apology video had zero remorse." Sickening. And Christian needs to get away from her before it's too late. Sha'Carri tried again, posting a long IG story directed at Christian. She wrote, "My apologies should be just as loud as my actions. Honestly louder. To Christian, I love you and I'm so sorry." But by then, nobody was buying it. Comments dragged her. People said she was apologizing for the video, not the abuse. Others demanded she be kicked out of the league, writing things like, "Sha'Carri Richardson is an abuser, but no action from sponsors or the Olympic Committee? Interesting." And Cory kept applying pressure. He reposted fans' comments, making it clear her facade was cracking wide open. Meanwhile, athletes, friends, even Christian's family started siding with him, posting cryptic messages like, "No matter how good you think it is, there's always better. Choose yourself." That spoke volumes. They were done with Sha'Carri's manipulation. And that's when the fallout hit her the hardest. Not only was Cory dismantling her story for the world to see, but the people closest to Christian were pulling away too. Behind the scenes, Sha'Carri was spiraling, ranting in private, raging at friends, threatening lawsuits against Cory, even claiming there was some conspiracy to destroy her. But the louder she got, the clearer it became. She was losing control. And here's where it all collapsed. Christian went silent. No posts, no statements, no defense, nothing. The last anyone saw of him was boarding a flight overseas, and the silence since then? That silence says everything. And trust me, this story is far from over. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.